Today I thought I'd talk about my new oscilloscope I got. It's a little one-channel pocket oscilloscope from AES way. I've had to look at it. I could work for the Biden administration. Can't remember anything. CRS is real bad for me. Basically, I've cut back on a lot of my survival videos. So I spent the last half of my life doing military stuff. And before that, I was a mechanic at a Goodrich dealership back in the day. I worked on the OBD1s, and I haven't had a lot of training in OBD2. So recently I bought computers and a lot of stuff, and I've trained myself on some of the new stuff out there. And I found that you need an oscilloscope for sure nowadays, which you didn't in the past. And I've got a 2-channel pico scope, which I like a lot, but you have to set that up, bring a table out, or set it on the car with your laptop and do all that and run the cables. When you can use this little bad boy right here, and it comes in this kit. It comes with all these accessories, an amp clamp, so you can check cranking voltage and everything on your car. What's nice about this, if you've got a problem with anything on your car, say like you got a fuel injector that's bad or whatever, you can hook this up to it, put the attenuator on it, which makes it so it won't short it out, and you can get the actual pattern for that fuel injector on there, okay? What I've got on the scope now is one of the 24 presets. This one is an ignition preset. It's showing an actual firing of what you would see of a car when it fires. You got your dwell period, your firing line here, your spark line which goes across, and then your oscillations from the coil as it goes down. And this basically gives you a guideline of what you're gonna look at when you look at your pattern. So if you're a novice and you don't know what you're looking at, they have 24 of these presets in here, and it comes off in purple so that you can move it up, get your one to come across the bottom of the screen, which I can't do right here because I'm not hooked to a car, but you could hook it up with a paddle or with a probe, and you could actually then see your ignition fire, and you compare it to this. And some people say, well, you need a 4-channel or you need an 8-channel, and yeah, that's great if you do, but you can compare them individually with this and figure out which one is bad just by using, it has scales on it. It'll give you all the scale readings. You can write them down, and you compare each individual cylinder as you go. Like I said, there's 24 presets in here. There's ignition, there's cranking, there's everything on. You can do a relative compression test with it to tell if you've got a problem. I want to help my neighbor next door here sometime in the next couple weeks. He's got a misfire, and we're going to figure out what's wrong. We're going to start with this. We'll do a test on it to see if one of the cylinders shows like it doesn't have compression. We'll also check the radiator, see if there's no air leaking through the radiator with a cylinder leakage test. We find a cylinder that's bad. And also I've done this. It's a pressure sensor I built, and I'll do another video on that. Basically, you can buy these for like 90 or $100 using a little pico sensor. And you basically, I said the wrong word of what that is, not pico, it's a pico sensor. And you basically, it'll tell you the drop in pressure in your intake manifold and your exhaust. So if you're worried, say you get a cylinder that's bad and you look at that on your cranking voltage and you say, okay, there's one cylinder looks bad. So you don't know if it's an intake valve or an exhaust valve. You can run a hose onto this into your intake, and it'll give you a pattern, and you'll see if there's an intake valve that's not sealing properly. You can do the same thing on your exhaust to find out if you have an exhaust valve that's not leaking or not sealing well. So all in all, this scope is a really handy tool. It's quick, it's easy, it's a great guy that does it himself type of person. I really love it. I've been just playing with it, and as I get more videos on it and I do some work like on my neighbor's car and what, I will show you some of the tests you can do. And there's like so many things you can do wheel speed sensors with it, which most times you're going to use your computer to do that and test your wheel speed sensors, but you can test them with this too and compare them. And there's a bunch of things you can do with this, and it comes with all the accessories that you need, leads, 6-foot leads, and everything. It's got back probes and attenuators and everything you're going to need in the master kit, that you'll need to do this. I'm not going to get into too much mechanic stuff, but every so often I'll throw a mechanic video out there and show you some of the stuff that I have mechanical ability from the days when I used to work on them, and so it become a hobby for me now, and so I'm going to use that as some of the stuff I'm going to do, rather than just all survival stuff. So hope that helps you. If you're interested in one of these, you can get that again at AES wave, and that's my video. I hope it helps somebody. I will do another video on the pulse sensor and how it works and stuff later.